And now to Nigeria's south. Edo State Deputy Governor Philip Shaibu has indicated his intention to contest the 2024 governorship election. This comes after months of controversy and uproar. Edo State Deputy Governor Philip Shaibu officially declared to run for the 2024 governorship election in the state. After his official declaration, Shaibu launched his campaign office in Benin City, the state capital, at an event crowded with party supporters in branded accoutrement. The 53-year-old politician said he has put his life on the line for development and growth of the state and has been determined to make the South state great again.
It is time for us to rise above partisanship, sentiment, and unite under the banner of progress and development. Let us all come together to build a brighter future for ourselves, for generations to come. My dear people of Edo State, this declaration is not just a political affair. It is a call to destiny, a call to become the heartbeat of this nation, not just in words, but in deed. Therefore, I humbly seek your support, your trust, your nomination in this upcoming election as we embark on this journey together, united in our determination to make Edo State a better place for ourselves and the generation to come. I am Philip Shaibu, your guy, your 100% own boy. Together we will ignite the Edo spirit and transform our tomorrow. Thank you. God bless the People's Democratic Party. God bless Edo State. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And to talk about this, I've been joined live in the studio by Uzonna Ononye, the head of news at News Central Television. Glad to have you join me.
Same here.
Now, what do you make of the declaration of Philip Shaibu's intention to run for the office of the governor come 2024?
Well, this is a Kickstarter of the real game in Edo State. All the while, the things that have been playing out in Edo can be seen as rehearsal, dress rehearsal of the real thing. And now it begins. With this declaration, the gap between the governor and his deputy may become wider. Not may become wider, but obviously become wider, because the governor does not want him to run for the governorship. The governor wants to determine who comes after him, and it is not Philip Shaibu. And now Philip Shaibu had the guts, permit me to use that phrase, to dare the governor to a dance. We'll fold our hands and watch that as it plays out. But quite a lot of questions will be, going on in the minds of so many people. And one of them will be, what is the emboldening factor behind the deputy governor's move to go ahead and declare to run for the governorship? Everyone will be, waiting to see how it plays out, realizing the fact that before now, he had fallen out with his godfather, his political godfather, Senator Adams Oshiomhole, who brought him up in politics in Edo State, even in activism, labor activism and all of that. And on the back of Adams Oshiomhole, he rose to become a member of the House of Rep and then becoming the deputy governor. And they fell out when Adams Oshiomhole was against the governor, the current governor, Godwin Obaseki in Edo State. He stood behind the governor and fought his own godfather. And so we want to see how they will mend down, those fences. Quite a lot of interesting things about to play out in Edo.
Well, like you rightly pointed out, the present governor of Edo State, Godwin Obaseki, has accused Philip Shaibu in time past of trying to overthrow him and take over his leadership. Now, how does these affect the political climate in Edo State going forward?
Truth of the matter, truth be told, rather, that Philip Shaibu understands the politics of Edo State more than Godwin Obaseki, the governor. He had been around, he'd been from youth leader to all the political positions he occupied before now, even winning the House of Representatives, a member of the House of Representatives, and then coming back to become the deputy governor. He understands the politics of Edo State more than the governor, who was brought in by Adams Oshiomhole and made governor. And so when he began to play the game of preparing for the next election, the governor may have interpreted it to be that he wants to overthrow him as governor, which wouldn't be the case at all for any reason. And so the governor, having interpreted that to be that he wants to overthrow him, had taken steps. And also remember that at every point where the decision of who comes into office is going to be made, a lot of interests are put on the table. And those who want it to favor them will be up against those, the other camp that may want to also come into the mix at that point. So the politics of Edo State will be tested, whether it will last or whether it will break. It will be tested very strongly. The governor is in power, he controls the state. The deputy governor is not in power, but he understands the politics of Edo State more. And apart from these two individuals, people will want to see where some other leaders of Edo politics stand in this entire equation, particularly the Senator Adams Oshomole. He will be very, very crucial in determining, so to say, who wins this fight.
We had speculations recently of the governor himself, Godwin Obaseki, and his deputy, Philip Shaibu, having a reconciliatory meeting. How does that factor in terms of these new developments?
I remember before the elections, I can't remember the particular election in Anambra State, where the Peter Obi, then governor, had a public case with Chief Victor Ome, the national chairman of APGA, that period. And as soon as the candidate of APGA emerged and the election was conducted and won, APGA won that election through the former governor that has just left office, Obiano, Willie Obiano. As soon as that happened, Victor Ome and Peter Obi, that had the public case, became public enemies. So some of these reconciliations by politicians can never be taken seriously, because it's always make-believe, it's always for the cameras, it's always for the optics of it, and means very little. So what was on the table is their political interest. The governor wants to produce and determine solely whoever that will take over from him. And the deputy governor has his own ambition of becoming governor. So let's ignore all of the drama and look at the real issue, which is about the fight that is about to start.
You mentioned Adams Oshomole as a godfather in this equation. How do you think godfatherism, for instance, of Adams Oshomole has impacted the political dynamics in Edo State, like we can see presently?
Well, to an extent, it has been a mix of gains and losses. Gains, yes, because he was able to bring in a governor that was answerable to him at that time. He succeeded in doing that. But as soon as that was done, he lost, they fell apart, and the support of his godson, which is Philip Shaibu, wasn't there for him, because Philip Shaibu himself supported the governor. And just to mention, I spoke with Philip Shaibu last 2 years, where he said that whatever he did at that time that appeared to be against Adams Oshomole was lessons he learned from Adams Oshomole himself to stand for whatever he believes in. And that was what he executed at that time. So Adams Oshomole appeared to have gained some and lost some, but his last victory to go to the Senate is a clear indication that he's not down and out yet.
What do you think would be the likely ripple effects, or would I say domino effect, of these declarations on other political parties and affiliates of other political parties in Nigeria?
The truth of the matter is that first task that faces Philip Shaibu is to find a political platform to run on. He cannot run as an independent candidate. That is not legal yet in Nigeria. And he is currently a member of the PDP. Within the PDP, he can't dream of upstaging the governor to become the candidate. And then the APC, where they left from, can he go back there? A lot of questions, but the political parties in Edo State, all of them, apart from the PDP and perhaps the APC, will be positioning themselves as the bride that will be courted by Philip Shaibu. That is if Adams Oshomole and the President Bola Tinubu is not behind Philip Shaibu and his boldness at this time, because that's also a political possibility. Having seen that Godwin Obaseki controls the state currently, they may need someone who has the guts and the boldness of Philip Shaibu to upstage him, which will be a very important assignment to carry out. And so it is possible that the presidency and Senator Adams Oshomole may be behind the young man who is flexing his muscles now. And if that be the case, he may find a home in APC very soon. If not, all other political parties apart from the big two will be positioning themselves to be the bride.
All right, thank you so much for your time. Uzonna Ononye, Head of News at News Central TV.
My pleasure.